there you are. You are my 5 o'clock appointment, is that right? Awesome, and can I get your name? I know we have it in the system, but just like if you have a preferred name or nickname. Okay, awesome. Well, I'm Ray. Glad we could get this meeting scheduled online. We're doing classes in person, but we're doing our orientation meetings online. Anyways, as I said, I'm Ray. I'm a student representative from the Student Life Center here at ASMR Community College. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started talking about what to expect for the start of the semester. Let's see, let's get your file pulled up real quick. Okay, what is your student ID number? No worries. Yeah, I don't expect you to know it right away, but you'll have it memorized in no time. You have it? Okay. Perfect. Then let me just enter your other information. Okay, got your name, your student number. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and see. So you were taking 13 credits. Does that sound right? Yeah, that's 4 classes. Yeah, okay. So we're just gonna go through your schedule real quick. You are taking calculus at 9:30. So that is just our basic calculus 1, and that will be in building B. So the majority of math classes are going to be in building B. Our classes are sorted into the buildings. Sorry, let me start over. Each building has like a specific type of class in it. Some classes will be maybe not in the expected building, but it's like most math classes are in building B, most science classes in building C, art classes in building A, and then computer-based classes, where most of our computer labs and printing is building D. And then there are 2 other buildings with more like general education classes, so that's going to be some of our English classes and more like social work type classes, kind of like a variety. But anyway, so you'll be in building B, room 211, and let me just, I'll keep this pulled up. Okay, so you have calculus in 211 in building B, and then your next 2 classes, let's see. So you're gonna have graphic design in building D, and that is at 10:40. Yeah. Okay, and then all of our classes are in walking distance of each other. So you have 10 minutes between each class. It looks like all your classes are back to back. Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, you can access all of this information through the student portal. So have you logged into the student portal yet, or have you accessed that? No. Okay, well, perfect. So you're going to want to go to our website, the ASMR Community College website. Do you know how to get to that? Yeah, why don't you pull it up right now and I can help you with that. You got it? Okay, perfect. So you're gonna go there, and then you're gonna do the sandwich thing, you know, the 3 lines. You click on that. Yeah, okay. So it's gonna say, let's see, I can pull this up right with you too. Okay, yeah, so you're gonna click on the menu, and it's gonna say campus life, student resources, and if you go all the way down to the bottom of that list, it's gonna say student portal. Click on that. Yeah. Yeah, so it's gonna be your student number, and then it's gonna be your name and then your birthday. Has the password. That's the preset password. You can change it. Anyways, so whenever you want, you can do it now or later. Log into that. In your student portal, you can find, you can make appointments with financial aid or with a counselor, an academic advisor. You can also check your class schedule. You can click, you can check the status of any forms or financial, any transactions in progress, and you can check the status of those. Everything's pretty self-explanatory in there on the homepage of the portal, and so you can just go in there. Yeah, and so that, to answer your question, that is how you access your schedule and your classes. Right. Okay, so anyways, going back to that, so you're going to go from building B to building D. That is your calculus and your graphic design. And then you have anthropology, and that is in Mountain Peak building. So the 2 buildings I was telling you about with the various classes. So there's Mountain Peak, and then there's Green River. Those are the only ones that aren't letters. So we have A, B, C, D, Mountain Peak, Green River. Yeah. So anyways, then you have, it looks like anthropology in Mountain Peak, and then English also in Mountain Peak. Yeah, so all of your classes are an hour long, and they're 10 minutes apart. So yeah, the student portal is really going to help you with that, with knowing your schedule if you forget where anything is or when anything is. The next order of business is, do you have any questions about that? Yeah, so all of our professors, teachers, faculty are going to be very understanding towards students in the first day, the first week. You know, it's challenging getting settled into a new school. You know, you may or may not have gone to college classes before. And so yeah, they're going to be really understanding, so don't worry about getting lost or being late. Like, there's going to be plenty of people to help you too. Student advisors like myself will be around to help, as well as other faculty, and everyone's going to be really understanding. Yeah. I would recommend showing up on the first day. That's pretty important. You're going to want to know what class materials you need, and the syllabus and everything you're going to need to know, rules for the class. I think it's just a really great thing to get acquainted with your professors and peers. That was super helpful to me. I'm a senior now at ASMRCC, but it was really helpful to me in the beginning to make those connections. I think more important, whatever, as what you're learning here is the connections that you're gonna make. So, sorry, let me just adjust you real quick. Yeah, these online meetings aren't ideal, but, you know, as for the situation, everything, it's probably good to be safe before the semester starts. So, was there any other questions before I move on? Yeah, that's totally fine. You can email your student advisor your academic advisor That will be in your portal as well, the name and email of the one who is assigned to you. It's generally assigned based on your major. So it says here, you're majoring in art. Yeah, exactly. So you're probably going to be working with Tim. I also am majoring in art. Tim is great. He's super helpful. So if you ever have any questions about like the path you're supposed to be taking, being on track, transferring credits, accommodations, any sort of thing like that, you're gonna want to email Tim, set up an appointment. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so moving on, we have some things you should either have gotten in the mail already or will get in the mail. So there's a packet. You should get that is going to describe. So there's going to be some maps. You know, just our mission, some campus safety, talking about payment. So there's going to be a lot of information in this packet. And let me just see that your address in the system is correct. Are you still living at 200 Oak Street? No, okay. So let's get that fixed because you're going to need to get this stuff in the mail. What is your address? Okay, and the zip. Okay. So that's in our city. Perfect. Okay, so then they should be sending that to you pretty quickly. So you're going to get your introduction packet. And then you're going to get a more specific paper talking about financial aid, applying for scholarships and financial aid, need-based scholarships, as well as government loans, etc. Eligibility for different scholarships and financial aid programs. Yeah. So have you filled out your FAFSA, the federal aid form? Okay, so you're going to want to get on that pretty quickly, but if you need help doing that, you can totally set up an appointment in the financial office, again, through your student portal. Okay, great. Let's move on. You're also going to get a schedule, a payment schedule. So it's just talking about, like, when you need to apply for certain scholarships, when you need to pay certain deadlines for paying for the semester. And it's going to talk about all the different ways to pay, etc. So, you know, obviously not the most fun aspect of it, but, you know, definitely getting ahead of the game is going to be super helpful to you. You know, there's a lot of opportunities that are very coveted. You know, everyone is going to want to be going after certain scholarships, so if you can get ahead on those deadlines, it's going to be really helpful to you. Okay, so the next thing that you'll receive in your packet is a pamphlet about school resources, materials, class materials, things you'll need for class. So we have a campus store. That's where you can buy, like, merch, ASMR, community college merch, you know, and you can also buy school supplies and your textbooks. So you don't have to buy those right away. You don't have to buy them before class, but it's a good idea to buy them ahead of time, or rather as soon as you can, just to make sure you're getting the ones you want. If you want the high quality or the cheap price or whatever, you're getting first pick of the materials you're gonna need. Yeah, so maybe after the first day of class, the professor's gonna go over the materials you're gonna need, both required and suggested materials. You can go right down to the campus store and grab those textbooks. Now this will tell you in the pamphlet, but you can also do this online, again through your portal. And what you're going to do is, so I have this pulled up here, and it's going to be under, if you go to student resources, and then you go to student resources, and then you go to class materials. You can just enter the section number, and so for example, calculus is under math, so it's MAT, and then we are doing 212, and then it is 604 is the section number. That's just based on the time of day, and you can look that up in our catalog. But anyways, now it's gonna say you have Mr. Johnson, and you need to get fundamentals of calculus as your required materials. So now what you can do is make a list for that yourself, go into the store and get that, or you can print out your schedule and bring it right into the office, or the store, and some of the lovely people working there will help you pick out those books. So just knowing, they will know based on the course name and the section number. So yeah, let's just do that, like MAT. Yeah, so fundamentals of calculus, and then anthropology, and then you're gonna need 2 books for your anthropology class. So perfect. Okay, so that is class resources, and then the last thing you're gonna get in your packet, well, not the last thing, is your student planner. So it is perfect. I would totally recommend using some sort of organizational system, time management, especially if you're working. Yeah, it's going to be really good to be able to keep track of everything, you know, deadlines, exam dates. Yeah, it's going to be super helpful. So yeah, and then in the package there'll also be like some fun stuff, some swag. There's gonna be some stickers based on your department, so art department, woo woo. And some pens and, you know, fun stuff like that. I think there's also a lanyard. I use that for my keys. And you'll get your student ID on the first day. You'll have to go to the student life office. But everything is labeled on campus, and you know, there's really no need to be nervous. There's so many people here to help you. It's just a really great community. So yeah, anyways, I'm really glad that we could have this conversation. Totally reach out to Tim, your academic advisor, or me. Both of our emails are going to be in the portal. Speaking of the portal, check out the portal, get acquainted with it, navigate that. Do you have any questions for me? Yeah, totally. I'm happy to help. Well, then I will see you next week for your first day. Awesome. All right. So great to meet you. Bye.